November 22nd, 1963. Dallas, Texas. What appears to be a routine motorcade, nothing more than a presidential ploy to drum up Democratic votes in the South, ultimately results in the assassination of John F. Kennedy. While the official investigation charged Lee Harvey Oswald with the murder of President Kennedy, in the 40 years since Kennedy's death, a variety of controversy has arisen around the motives of the killing, who actually shot Kennedy, and just how many people were involved. The following is an examination of some of the reasonable, and not so reasonable, conspiracy theories surrounding the events of November 22nd, 1963.
Kennedy was fatally wounded by gunshots while traveling in a motorcade with his wife, Jackie as you know, and pronounced dead at the hospital.
Marco Benassi explains the reasoning behind the Lyndon B. Johnson conspiracy theory.
Many people believe that Johnson was behind the assassination, and then the feeling here was, or the follow-up evidence here was, that as soon as Kennedy was assassinated and Johnson was in fact ascended into the presidency, many problems that Johnson was experiencing at the time suddenly vanished. For instance, contract violations, misappropriation of funds, and several other issues that were soon to be Senate investigations were suddenly gone, and Johnson was in the clear.
There are two sides to every conspiracy, as seen through Jason Snart's interpretation of each theory.
We all know aliens landed Roswell, New Mexico. JFK knew to avoid the panic, LBJ, then alien czar, and his government higher-ups, well, they needed to off JFK. Magic space bullets.
Due to the political and military tension surrounding the Cold War at the time of Kennedy's death, many people believe that the KGB planned and organized the shooting rather than just one person acting alone. Gabe Cohen is a former communist sympathizer and KGB expert at the College of DuPage.
Ivanov knew it was not just one man. It was a group. It was organized. It was planned. We have proof. The chief of the KGB said so. It was not one man. It was an organized, planned group. He said so in New York, confirmed by a reliable source.
Okay. Russians kidnap Chuck Norris. I don't know how. I mean, that guy with the kung fu and everything. How do you kidnap that guy? I don't know. They paid him to kill JFK. I do know how that happened. Central Moscow, underground, roundhouse kick somehow penetrates the Earth's core, the motorcade, JFK. Well, the results are, we all know what the results are.
The final conspiracy theory holds that America's own government was behind JFK's assassination.
And of course the most probable theory is that the CIA did away with Kennedy for one of three reasons. The first of which is because he gave away Cuba, one of the most important countries that the agency has worked in. The second of which is, of course, because he was going to do the same with Vietnam. The third of which is, of course, in response to a wave of firings that Kennedy did in the aftermath of the Bay of Pigs.
Okay, straight and level. Fidel Castro impersonates Marilyn Monroe, gives President Kennedy a case of the syphilis so severe it blows the back of his head off.
The assassination of President John F. Kennedy still captures the American imagination over 40 years later. This has been only a small glimpse into the world of conspiracy theories surrounding the death of President John F. Kennedy. So whether you believe it was this guy, or these guys, just make sure you get your facts straight and your story right, or else you'll end up sounding like this guy.
This isn't on camera, right?
No, the camera's off.
Okay, good. Because, the whole conspiracy thing, I mean, you probably don't know this, and you come to the right place. Fidel Castro's actual first name was Juan, which gives us JFC. The connection with JFK, I think, just sort of falls into place after that, don't you?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Me neither. Hey, do you want to go for a drink sometime, or...?